Okay guys, well I've seen this article about CERN doing the rounds lately, so I thought that I would address this using the esoteric sciences and the ancient knowledge so that we can see that this is just a psyop and that these theories do not actually hold true once you do start applying the principles of hermetics and the other esoteric sciences and knowledge to what people believe the establishment are doing. Now, the theory is that CERN is basically using this machine to create portals to alternative universes, or they're creating rips in space-time, and somehow CERN has the ability to also change our reality. We see that this is just another psyop by the Antichrist so that it gives people the appearance of the establishment having all of this power and we are basically at their mercy, and that they are so all-powerful they even have the ability now to change our reality or to create portals into other dimensions. Now we see this same type of psyop being played with the Mandela effect. Now this is a theory where a group of people now believe that because events from the past now differ to what they remember, somehow reality has been changed. And the theories are that this is either CERN changing their reality, or other theories are that because enough people believe that the event was different, that the event then changed because they all have created a new reality. So what I'm going to do is use the principles of hermetics to show that this is not a theory that holds any truth, because if we actually use the principle of cause and effect, it goes on to say that every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, everything happens according to law, chance is but a name for law not recognized, and there are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. Everything happens according to law. Nothing ever merely happens, that there is no such thing as chance, and that while there are various planes of cause and effect, the higher dominating the lower planes, still nothing ever entirely escapes the law. So this is showing that we are not creating our reality. We are partaking in our Creator's experience. And we can see this in the principle of the mental universe. The all is mind. We are partaking in the Creator's experience, and the only reality that we create is what paths we choose through free will that we are going to take, because everything is destined. And this is what the principle of cause and effect is showing us, that everything is destined. Nothing happens randomly, and nothing happens just by chance. So the Creator would not allow humans to create machines that could ultimately destroy his experience. This is just a psyop. This is just the Antichrist wanting to give people the appearance that they are all powerful, when in actual fact everything that is now happening is happening because it's part of the Creator's experience. And mankind have chosen to take this path of destruction, this path of war, and this path of misery. There were alternative paths, but mankind has chosen to take this path, and so therefore we are now experiencing a reality based on those choices that we have chosen. And we also see this when we look at the Gospel of Philip. it goes on to say the rulers thought that it was by their own power and will that they were doing what they did, but the Holy Spirit in secret was accomplishing everything through them as it wished. Truth, which existed since the beginning, is sown everywhere, and many see it being sown, but few are they who see it being reaped. Again, showing everything that is happening is now basically the Creator's experience, and although it may seem random, nothing is happening purely because it is just chance. It's all part of the experience that we are partaking in. And the only reality we create is our own reality through the choices we make of the paths that we will choose, the destined paths that are already before us, and we get to choose which path we take. And some paths are destined and we cannot avoid them. Other paths we do get to choose through free will, and they may lead to positive experiences or they may lead to negative experiences. So if we gather more knowledge and we have a better understanding for ourselves and reality, we can actually make better choices, and we have more of the ability to choose a path that is not as negative as we may choose if we are in complete ignorance. And Voltaire also says that chance is a word void of sense. Nothing can exist without cause. So this is just showing us that the theory that we create our own reality, that mankind is creating their own reality, does not hold true when you apply the esoteric sciences. Now we can also see with the Freemason alchemy diagrams that they use the checkerboard to show the destinies that a soul can take, or that mankind takes. We see the coffin showing the physical form, because when we see death, that is symbolic for the physical, because our soul is symbolic of life. When we are created in the material form, we are in death. And so the coffin here is basically symbolizing the physical, and then the soul, the physical, chooses the path back to his Creator. And if he chooses the right path, he finds his destiny will take him back to his crown and back to himself, and therefore back to God. We see Kircher also left a diagram using the checkerboard, the chessboard, as a symbol for our destined paths. We can see ourselves as the chess pieces on the chessboard, and our choices are basically governing the experience that we will have on the physical plane. Now we also see the Colburn manuscript goes on to talk about destiny in this parable, that destiny may be likened to a man who must travel to a distant city, whether or not he wishes to make the journey, the destination being his destiny. He may choose whether to go by way of a river or by way of a plain, whether across mountains or through forests, on foot or horseback, slow or fast, and whatever befalls because of this decision is fate. If a tree falls on him because he chose the forest path, it was fated, for luck is an element of fate. Destiny leaves no choice. Fate gives limited choice, which may be good or bad, but it cannot be averted. What is fated must be, for at no point can there be any turning back. So again, showing that everything is happening according to the experience that we are partaking in. Nothing is just chance. Nothing is happening randomly. Now, lastly, I just wanted to also address the psyop of the flat earth. Now I can basically show that this is also something that can be seen to not have any truth when we apply the principle of correspondence, because we know with the principle of correspondence, as above, so below, as below, so above. Now, if we look at the phases of the moon, we can see that as the moon waxes and wanes, there is a curvature in the shadow across the moon. This is showing that the moon is a sphere. So if the moon is a sphere and we apply the principle of correspondence, as above, so below, then we know that we are a sphere as well. So I just wanted to address those psyops and just show you that there is no truth to CERN changing our reality or the Mandela effect changing our reality. We are partakers in our Creator's experience, and the only thing that we are manifesting is the choices that we make through free will. So I'll leave the articles underneath and you can check them out for yourself. And as always, peace out.